Hi. Um, so it's been a long time. I have done a lot of things, been going through a lot, and yeah, I'm pretty rusty at this. It's probably been a few months. Oh, hi, I'm Ashley Adamson. That's what I usually do. I'm in Oklahoma right now. It's my hotel. And I've been thinking about a lot of things, and I think like that's kind of what I'm going to be talking about today. Is just like a lot of things because I don't really know what. There's a million topics I could talk about, but how do I even go about talking about them if I'm not warmed up? You know what I mean? So, yeah, this is my attempt to get back into the rhythm now that I feel like I finally have my independence from my vagina. Just not having to deal with my vagina in such a way where I'm exhausted and I feel like I don't have any time for anything else. Um, I don't know if you have a vagina. I don't think it's really necessary to have a vagina to feel this, but just like that feeling like you have to do so much and then you forget about this thing that you have to do, so then you have to do that, and you're just watching the time just go by and you go, oh, okay, now it's like it's like nighttime, it's time for me to get ready for bed, and I thought I'd have so much more time to do all these other things and I don't, and now I need to go to bed. It's kind of like that. It's been a really nice vacation to take a step away from making videos. Um, Strange enough that even though I'm not making videos, I'm still thinking about making videos. And because of how much space my vagina has been occupying in my life, that it's like I don't even have space for it, you know? So now that my vagina is still occupying space in my life, but it's occupying less, I thought I'd be worth talking about some things. So, yeah, I didn't know where to start. Let me think here. I'm scratching my foot. I got bit by some kind of fleas or grass fleas or something today because I'm in Oklahoma and there's a lot of bugs out there. And I saw them like jump out of the grass as I walked over them, and now I'm like itching it. Oh my God. Speaking of pests, I've been dealing with some pests in this mobile home park that I've been I don't know, helping support the manager. They have bed bugs in one unit, cockroaches coming out of the wall in another unit, and then a brown recluse infestation in another unit, and then there is a flea outbreak in the whole entire like city. And so it's disgusting. Like, oh my gosh, I thought things could get bad. I did not know it could be like hell raining down on earth with pests. A lot of people have been asking me that I know in real life, like, hey, how do you feel about going to Oklahoma? You know, it's a red state. And I don't know. I get it. I get where they're coming from, but I just didn't really think about it that way. I think mostly because I have confidence in my ability to pass. And then I have confidence in myself being able to handle any situation that's thrown at me. So instead, I've had a great time. And I'm staying at a casino. I went down to the table to play blackjack, had a beer, and made friends with Lucky Larry, who's like got, you know, a trucker cap, a big beard. He's a little overweight. He's got a belly. He's got a really big ha 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 laugh, and he's not lucky at all, unfortunately. He just throws money at the table and makes a lot of poor decisions. But we had a really good chuckle. We were playing side by side. He would give me like a ha ha ha, when we play. And I was $5 short one time. He fronted me $5. I won that match, and then so I gave him $5 back. When I said I was going to go, he said, okay, and he put all his chips into the middle to play his last game, and Lucky Larry lost, which is unfortunate, but it was a memorable moment of connecting with just like Oklahoma people and like what Oklahoma people are like really like, not like the media may cast red states, because Oklahoma is like pretty deep red, right? But I mean, people are really nice here. People are really kind. I've been flirted with a lot. I think I think the beauty standards are very different in Oklahoma versus Los Angeles. So like where I feel like I'm just like not even noticeable in Los Angeles, here I'm very noteworthy in this area, which is kind of cool. So getting the looks, getting the attention has been flattering, but of course the quality is not very good. I don't mean Oklahoma quality is bad, because I've seen some cute guys, but definitely not like a Los Angeles thing. I've been working on AI stuff. I've been working on bulldozing and knocking over trees to make space for an RV resort here. Basically, my money that I would have put into a home has gone into a park, and it's my investment to try and not try, but kind of set myself up for retirement in the future, I hope. So there's a lot to do, because like no one lives there except 2 people, and I've got to make some spots and all of that. I'm not doing the tractor trailing and the pushing and the stuff, but I'm there telling people what to do, because I'm the big boss woman, which is cool. I've also been working with a friend who happens to be trans on designing a game. So maybe you'll see that at some point. I'll tell you about it as I progress. But the pitch is that you're on a generation ship, and you're the underclass, and you're trying to rebel against the elites. But then also the AI goes rogue, and there's some kind of warp monsters that have also kind of gotten involved in the ship. It's like a card builder, deck builder game with like rogue-like elements, and a little bit of randomized risk, so you can't just optimize. So we'll see how that goes. My ultimate goal is for us to have some good games that we make, so we can get on to the real game, which is going to be Transition Simulator, which is exactly what it sounds like. Simulating every kind of permutation of any kind of like epic transition that you can possibly have. Some ideas that I've had is like, you can join like a rebel trans faction with like AK-47s and stuff, like living out in the middle of the countryside, which I did meet a member of one of those factions, which was interesting. That's where my inspiration comes from. Or, I don't know, dating drug dealers and having sex with them, which is also what I've done. Yeah, I mean, just like all of the things that I've done in my past 5 years, I would never have expected to have done that, sniffing ketamine in the bathroom in a club in Berlin, and then going home with this guy and having sex with him. It was great. I had a really great time, but I don't think it worked out, unfortunately, because he told me not to fall in love with him, and then, then he kind of actually came back. But I was like, look, you told me what you told me. I got to move on. So, yeah, I've got so much to talk about with my vagina, and I don't know how to talk about it in a way that makes sense for like a YouTube video, because, I mean, you're talking about your vagina, right? Like, there's a lot to talk about. Masturbation, all of the problems that I'm running into, and like, did I make the right choice? Do I like, how do I feel about my vagina? Would I have done anything differently? It's just like, the list goes on, but I don't know. I'm just not put together enough to kind of like do these things. And, these big projects, like this is kind of like doing the videos and all that it's kind of a big project for me. And it's become a monster because I just haven't done this in a long time. So I just feel a little bit fresh, like I haven't done this before. How are you? How are things going? It's been a while. I guess it's been 3 months. Haven't made a lot of videos this past year for obvious reasons. My 1 year anniversary comes up in okay, cool. My screensaver went on. I thought it meant that the video stopped recording. My 1 year anniversary is coming up in like 2 weeks. So I think it'd be a good idea to start making my videos again, to get back on it, to get back on whatever I'm thinking about. It's just sometimes I wonder, like, would it even make sense to make a video like this, knowing my audience? Like, some of the things that I'm working through sometimes aren't relevant to the topics that I typically discuss on my video, like business related tips or AI and like programming or game design. It's just like, these are things that I'm interested in, but maybe not my video theme. And I don't know, I'm lazy. Like, the reason I make these videos is because I can make them. I can't really make videos with a lot of editing in them, though I think it's worth trying using Claude to see if I can produce a program that will just cut out some of the long pause moments so that we could just kind of keep moving forward through our conversation. I think that would be kind of cool. I'd also like to design t-shirts and like make some trans club t-shirts, maybe like not even called the trans club, but called like the big sword club and things like that. I don't know. If you think that's a good idea, I can always do that. But I haven't gotten around to it. I've been programming a book writer to write my next book using all of my videos as like context to teach it what it should be talking about. I've been working really hard at my company. I'm like on 5 teams now, so I'm doing a lot of work, and that's been taking some time. Warhammer has been taking some time. Oh, and I had sex for my first time, which was okay. I like the guy, as in like we're good friends, but romantically we can't. I can't really see anything romantically working out because he's 21. And so it's like, oh, I'm 39. So we are exactly, what is that? Like 18 years apart? I don't think that's going to work long term, right? Because when he turns 30, I'm going to be almost 50. And when he turns 40, I'm going to be like 60. That's too crazy. But I was like, hey, you can help me out with some sex. And he was like, oh yeah, be much obliged. So I did have sex. I used my vagina. It did feel like it was a little bit of breaking in. And there was, it's tight. It's very tight. And I don't mean tight like, oh yeah, it's tight. This is very sexy. But I mean like it's like tight. Like tight where you're like, can you go any further? But we got it going. And eventually he came and I almost started to feel good with it. Masturbating has been a pain in the ass. It takes me like an hour to like orgasm. How would you feel if you're like, oh yeah, I'd like to masturbate. I'm going to commit at least an hour to trying to get to orgasm. And like, yeah, sure. Like if you're gooning or if you take pleasure in kind of like continuing to edge, like that's fine. You can do it for more than an hour. But imagine not being on the edge, but instead being on the edge of feeling really good. That's where I'm at. It's like, oh, this feels good, but I feel like really good is just around the corner, but I just can't seem to get to really good. It's a little annoying. And I hope it kind of improves. I'm hoping that over time the stimulation will be retrained with the nerves, and I'll start to feel good. I mean, I can orgasm at least, right? I've been able to cross that bridge, but there's just so much more. So yeah, so you can see how there's like a lot of vagina topics in here. I mean, my life has revolved around A, my vagina, B, how am I going to make the right investments to sustain myself, C, showing up to work in a complete way because I've got a lot of challenges, and D, why do I have 5 fingers here? This must be E. Like, what is E? Warhammer 40,000. I've been playing competitive, and it's been difficult and a lot of time to paint. But now I'm just like too tired. I'm like done with that. What else has been going on? I've got some schematics for a tiny home that I'm gonna build for myself. So I'm gonna move back into a tiny home, and I'm very excited about it because it'll be my tiny home, which is a very different thing than like I don't know, renting out a tiny home. And I don't know. There's just been a lot of things that I've been thinking about, like mostly around like, why is my vagina stink? My vagina has been stinky the past like 3 weeks, ever since the guy came in me, because we had gotten tested and you can't use regular condoms because like the vagina isn't like self-cleansing, so you can't have like latex lubricant, like silicone lubricant. You can't have that because it'll get stuck in the vagina. So it's better to do unprotected or do latex without lubrication and then bring your own lubrication. But yeah, I guess I started bleeding, and then like that just started to stink like really bad. So it's like, oh, I gotta take care of the stink. And then before that, it's like, okay, I'm bleeding so much that I need to now take like steroids, and then like I gotta do an antibiotic, and then I've got to cycle this every other week for like 12 weeks. It's just, oh my God. And then I gotta fly up to San Francisco to get an examination in the middle of September, just so that we can see if there's anything else going on, because I'm still bleeding. I'm still having problems. It's not big problems, but it's kind of like problems enough where I don't feel confident with my vagina. And I haven't been dating. And I don't feel confident in dating. My vagina looks great, but if I feel like either it's too tight or it's bleeding or, you know, this or that, where I'm going to have some problem with the cum or anything like that, it's like I just don't want to. Yeah, I guess this has just been a life dump. Probably not my best video. I'll probably make this private, but I thought I just owed you like a video, and that I should just get this ball rolling, do the warm up with the private video, and you know, we'll come out with the real thing, real videos. Not like this isn't a real video. This is more like the private video, but we'll come out with the public video soon. Anyways, it was nice to see you. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'd love to hear how you're doing, and we'll speak soon. Bye.